Alright, we're going to do one more practice round here. So, we got this UT-X85 Microtech automatic knife. It's a little sticky. Action isn't working very good on it, so I want to take it apart and see what the heck's going on. But it's got these screws here, and them those are some what are you supposed to do with that? Those are kind of hard to deal with. So I figured out a way to get these off. You can buy a little adapter from Microtech for 30 bucks plus shipping. That ain't happening. This knife was a gift. I didn't pay for it, but it's supposed to work something like this. Voila. There's our Microtech, yep. With your, what does it say? Oh, I can't read it. .630 V steel. I guess that's supposed to be something. I don't know. Got a date and a serial number on it. Holy cow. Must be a good knife. But it's really hard to close. You got to use both hands. So I'm going to take it apart and see what's going on with it, but I wasn't going to pay 30-40 bucks for a screwdriver adapter tip. Just not in my nature. So while I was figuring out how to do this, I figured out that you could take a safety pin and cut a couple pieces off of it, and it'd fit right in those holes, and then you could grab it with a pair of vice grips and get those screws out, which is what I did, except I didn't fix the knife. But when I was practicing to do this video again, I discovered that not all safety pins are created equal. This one is 34 hundredths of an inch, and this one out the same box is 36 hundredths of an inch. The 34 works if the 36 does not work. So the first time I did this, I must have just got lucky and grabbed a 34. Cut the end off, it fit right in. So anyhow, if it doesn't work the first time, you don't have a micrometer or a dial indicator or a calibrated eyeball, just try it again. Cut that off. This one should fit. It was a 34. Do this off camera because that's hard to do when you can't see what you're doing. And that one does fit. Just work it in. Focus you. So we chop that off. Stick in another one. Apologize for the poor video. I'm not a YouTuber. It's not so much the quality of this video that's important, it's the how the heck do you do this part that most people that have these knives will find interesting. Alright, so there's the other one in there. Chop it off. Boing! Hardened steel all the way across the room. Okay. Now I take this pair of giant vice grips. Get as close as you can. Keep a little pressure on it. And voila. UTF screw system defeated. It's in there pretty tight. A pair of pliers here, pull it out. Grab it by the head. And now they're spaced exactly right to get the next one. And there you go. First time I did this, I had a pair of 7-inch vice grips. It was a lot handier. There we go. Alright. Alright, I'll take the rest of the screws out. It gets a darn good grip on them. Alright, we'll take the rest out. And last one. Got him. Alright, there we go. Let me get this baby apart here. There we go. First time I took this apart, there was a spring that sat between that tab and that slot. There's the hole where the spring went in. Oh, right there, I guess. Of course, it shot all the way across the room, and I never did find it. So what happens here is, probably gonna stab myself here. You pull this forward, and it stretches that spring until it hits this little latch here, and then it so that stretches out the spring, and this little latch releases the blade, and zoom, out it pops. Well, another spring gone. Probably never find it again either. Oh, there's a little latch. And there's the return latch. And it feels really stiff. That one didn't go that far. Good Lord, I'll never get this back together. So anyhow, that's the idea. I'm going to get in here and clean this up, and I might put a little piece of Teflon right in here. A coffee can, piece of coffee can lid. Some sort of, I'll find something. Anyhow, there's your UTF wrench screwdriver adapter. So, if I'd have been thinking, I would have took a stone or a sandpaper or a file or something and took a 3 or 4 tenths off the end of that safety pin, the part that goes in the screw, before I cut it off. A lot easier to handle that way. And then it would work, then it would be easier to get in and out screws. It's kind of sticky, but it does get the job done. So, hallelujah. I don't do very many videos on YouTube. I haven't done one for a long time. I know this one's focus is really bad. Just a little Samsung phone. But next time I'm going to show you some of the modifications I made on my Harbor Freight gantry crane. Makes it a lot more useful. Kind of interesting. Took a little bit of figuring out, but we got it figured out, and now it works real slick. Later.